Hey friends, Christy here with Little Roots Ranch, and today I am cleaning up a garden bed here that I'm going to plant some blueberry plants in that have lived way too long in little containers. This isn't their final resting place, but I don't really know what to do with them. And I know all gardeners share that same thing. And so I thought that while I was weeding, I would come on here and make a video about something that I think is so incredibly important every fall, which is garden journaling or garden note-taking or garden, I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's where, and honestly, I think that this is the most important thing that you can do in your garden, or as far as gardening, especially if you're newer, but honestly, regardless of how many years you've been gardening. So I'm just pulling out, these are like 20 alder trees, just cleaning up this bed a little bit, and I thought I'd share. So what is fall time garden journaling? Well, basically what it is where you capture all of the things about your garden that you have in your head, because gardening is so fresh, because it's like just ending, or not ending, you know what I mean. The rains are coming, the tomatoes are gonna crack, the squash vines are gonna die back, or powdery mildew has already knocked or is going to knock, or whatever it may be. And dry beans are being collected, all that stuff. But everything is so fresh in your head, even potentially things that you haven't thought about. And I know I have full confidence that you've probably been walking around and you'll say something like, where I grew my lettuce this year, it bolted so fast and it was in too sunny of a spot. Next year, I want to grow it on the north side of the raspberries. Or something like, my tomato plants look so beautiful, but I planted them too close. Or I need different trellis, or I should have trellised this. I should have made a bigger trellis for that. That's a common one. Or, I forgot to plant, insert the thing, corn, cucumbers, or next year I want to buy pre-starts, or already started plants, or just whatever it may be. And you think to current you thinks that next season you, sorry, it's the, dandelion, but chicken treat as it's known. But next year you is going to be as busy, and honestly busier. I feel like every year is always busier than the last. And so next year you is going to be really busy and you're going to forget. And so that's why when the garden is super fresh in your mind is the best time to write down. And if I was being honest, I think the best thing would be to take a couple sheets of paper, or if you have a really small garden, maybe even one sheet of paper and fold it in half both ways. So you have quadrants, and to write different things. So, honestly, it really depends. But for me, it was things like ideas that I had, or another one is what is there a brand of seed? Have you tried growing a bunch of different types of broccoli, and this year you grew one that is just stand out, and you're like, this is the one I want to grow for forever. Make that note. And also things that you struggled with, right now in your mind is think about, was everything easy to water? Should things have been set up differently, whether it's the plants or your irrigation system? Did everything get the appropriate amount of sun? Are there things that should have received more sun? Are there things that should have received less sun? Along the watering note is what were like water items planted together, meaning like onions and garlic right before they're harvested, you really turn off the water on those. But if you have those planted with, say, your strawberries, then you have a trouble, because that's when the strawberries are up and running, and they need a whole lot of water during that time. One thing that I really like journaling is the varieties that I grew and making note of spacings, because I think that's the biggest thing really, is noticing that, you know what, this needs double the spacing, this needs a lot more spacing, this needs trellis, I need to be earlier at the trellis, I need to you know, whatever it may be, or things that you thought about this year that if I had next year, it would make my gardening so much easier. And a lot of times that's something to do with irrigation usually. But also, I guess second would probably be trellis and things like that. Or what did you miss in garden? Like, were you too busy? Or like, did you grow a corn patch, but it turned out being really small and you want to triple the size of it? Or, you know, you grew, let's say, a determinate tomato, an indeterminate tomato, and a cherry tomato, and you noticed that all of your or pretty much all your cherry tomatoes were ripe, but your other ones not so much. And so next year you want to plant more cherry tomatoes and then determinate, but you still want to have an indeterminate because the flavor, the height, whatever, all those things are important. But basically, I want you to remember that right now, everything is so fresh in your mind. And so write down all the things that you wish you would have done, or that you learned, or that you want to do next year. I would also include in that any projects you have. So for instance, if you're gardening in raised beds or in the ground or whatever, and you're like, okay, I need to increase the amount of space that I have to grow. And so to make a list, right? Because I think if you have a plan, you're likely in this busy world to do your best to follow it. Sometimes, you know, life does happen, but you know, if you're like, okay, I'm going to make 4 2x6 beds, or I'm going to in the fall, and then when the soil is workable in the spring, I'm going to till a 20x30 area, or I'm going to make a no dig bed, or whatever that may look like. Or, you know, if you're going to start composting, you know, research ideas now and kind of have the idea or start to build what that area is going to look like. Basically use all the super fresh knowledge to plan for your best garden next year. Because as gardeners, right now is a little bit, you know, well, it starts earlier than this, but I think is definitely in farming, and I'm sure in gardening, it's that overwhelmed phase and things feel really hard, or there's so much to do, and it's like, oh wow, you know. And then fall starts and it starts to get a little bit easier. But, you know, being able to capture all that information and have a plan of attack for next year. And because as soon as we get several rainy days or the temperature drops, which it a little bit has, you know, then it's like our mind just zooms to the next year's garden. It's like, I can't wait for tomatoes again, even though I still have tomatoes. But I guess it's once the tomatoes are pulled. But you know what I mean? Basically, you know, go out, walk your garden, take a look at things, and keep a list of all the things that you have thought about or want to implement or want to do different, or even that didn't work, even if you don't have the answer, you know, right now, but having it documented, and on a dreary December night or whatever, to look up, you know, like, let's say if a deer is eating all your blueberries, or your cucumbers never took off, or whatever it may be, so that you're prepared. And obviously the best way to do this would have been all throughout the growing season. You know, I struggle with time management myself, and so I do pretty okay at keeping it in my head, but that will, not all of those things will carry to the spring. And so that's why fall is always kind of a time where I'm starting to get a little breathing room in the garden. And as I'm out, you know, cleaning up a bed, or monotonous tasks, you know, trimming raspberries, whatever, then I'm able to think about what went right, what went wrong, what went different, what should have gone different, and any changes that I want to make. And honestly, that's my best advice, honestly, because it's, you know, there's always going to be things. The garden's never going to be perfect next year. You're not always going to remember things, but having it on paper really helps. And it helps keep you motivated or whatever, or if you're really busy or got a lot of things, you know, bunch of little kids or whatever it may be, taking care of a parent or something like that. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to clearing out this bed so I can transplant those very sorry looking blueberries. And but yeah, so I just wanted to make a quick video. Also, I apologize, I haven't really done a good job of making videos over the summer, and at the farm stand I've gotten a few comments about, you know, loving the YouTube videos and stuff, and I do apologize. This year was the first year that the farm stand's been open, and it was a lot to kind of balance everything, and lots of learning experiences, and you know, and unfortunately with all that, YouTube kind of fell off the radar. So I do apologize about that. Next year I'm definitely going to be able to take you all the way through the growing season and kind of share instead of just disappearing. So I didn't mean to do that, but anyway, so I do apologize, and I hope everyone's garden went really well. But all right, now to finish this. Happy gardening. Bye.